Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Dear sisters, very good evening. I am very much excited to welcome you all for this webinar. Welcome. I'll invite Amani Zainab to recite a few verses from the Al-Quran to start this webinar.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير.
Thank you so much, and Jazakallah khaira Amani Zainab for this beautiful qiraat. To start this meeting, I invite the official spokesman of MCDC, Mr. Muhammad Darwish, to give us an introductory talk about this special webinar exclusively for our sisters. Tafadhal, Mr. Muhammad.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تحياتي من شركة MCDC. All my regards from Can you unmute the participants, Mr. Aslam?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's fine. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. Assalamu alaikum, sisters everywhere around the globe. All my regards from the MCDC company, Mecca Construction Company. I'm broadcasting from UK. My colleagues in Saudi Arabia also in present. We are going to offer you this exclusive seminar mastered by Sister Zahra, who will be taking and dive you into the guide of Hajj in general and in particular for women, as we are receiving so many questions related to Hajj for women. Inshallah, she will cover the most important and the sensible and parts as much as she can. She will tackle the part related to the Islamic and hygienic and healthy part during Hajj. For the logistics and operational organization, she will not be able to actually dive into that. It will be our mission and your guides. So if you have any related questions as part of the organization, logistics, arrival, rooms, please try to avoid those kind of questions. She will not be able to handle that, but we are in your groups, myself, Mo Darwish, Mr. Aslam, Farid moderating, and also all the guides will be able to help for the logistic part. Before we start, I will not go deeply into the session. Inshallah, Dr. Zahra will be more professional to handle this session. But I want to give you update about what is going on so far in terms of arrangement related to your Hajj and the expected arrival very soon, inshallah. Just to share with you that we have in our quota, our confirmed Hujjaj this year, around 45% females. So that's why we decided to think about dedicating a special session for women in English today. And inshallah, in the coming few days, we will have another one in Arabic. And this is exclusive session headed by MCDC for the sake of our women, our mothers, our sisters. Alhamdulillah, in visa progress, we are one of the pioneer companies that accomplished the maximum number of visa approval. We are now reaching to 99% completion of visa approval. Only 1% behind. This is related to some issues coming from the biometric scanning for some medical issues for our Hujjaj. We are working also to finalize this. Also some issues related to the passport to update it in the consulate or embassies. Also, we are in touch with all of them. So we will make sure that 100% of all the confirmed reservations will be materialized, inshallah. As I promised you in the beginning, don't worry about the visa. You will have 100% visa approval, inshallah. Also, we already received your SIM ID, the digital ID, which is newly introduced by Ministry of Hajj and Nusuk. It has so many options which will ease your experience during Hajj. You have to keep this ID with you all the time. Please take care of it. Don't lose it, because this is your ID in Saudi Arabia. This is your identity everywhere. It will give you access to all the holy destinations, to the camps, to Arafat, Mina, having the bus, going to all the places that are exclusively booked for you. So please put in mind that this is an important ID. We will hand over this ID to everyone upon arrival to the first hotel. So inshallah, that will be part of our team to handle that. Inshallah, we will be in touch with you in the coming few days to share some logistics related to your experience. But now we need you to dive into the rituals. We need you to start the spiritual journey as of today and put yourself in the mood of Hajj. And inshallah, Allah yataqabbal minkum Hajj mabrur uzamma maghfur. And thank you very much. I will hand over the mic to my colleague Aslam and Dr. Zahra. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for these beautiful updates, Mr. Muhammad Darwish. I call Sister Zahra to carry on the presentation. I'll make you host now.
Aslam, just final tips. We will keep this session as much as we can female session as we plan to. So we will give freedom to all the sisters to ask any questions. And in case any question that need to be kept for a later stage, we can write it down. At the end of the session, we will have a moderator to read the questions to Dr. Zahra, and then she will answer. We will give around 20 minutes after the session to answer the questions, and the remaining will be answered individually because we have time difference everywhere. And to let you know, the broadcast is coming now from Canada.
Jazakallahu khairan kaseera. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I am going to ask everybody to mute themselves so that I will inshallah take questions at the end. And Sister Marwa will read out the questions to me. So any questions you have, you can type them in, and Sister Marwa will keep taking a note of those. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي My name is Dr. Zehra Vicaruddin, and I am in Canada right now. So welcome, my sisters. And alhamdulillah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a Hajj Mabrur, Hajj Maqbool for you. I am going to go through the Hajj guide, and the stress will be on, a few things medically, and also a few things for dress code and things like that. So a very sisters only orientation here. And inshallah, the logistics of things I will just go through very quickly, because they have been you have been taught that before. So it's just more so the women only issues that I will be dealing with today, inshallah. So first and foremost thing, before you go for Hajj, you renew your intentions, you meet your family and friends, you ask for forgiveness, you pay all the debts, and you prepare your will. And then the preparation tips, other than obviously all of that we already said, renewing intentions and everything, what do we need to carry for medication wise? So there are a few prescription medications that I want to ask for your doctors to give you a prescription of and carry with you. The three most important ones are you have to carry 2 antibiotics. So get a prescription and carry them with you. The one antibiotic would be for traveler's diarrhea, and the second antibiotic would be for any respiratory infection. So a cough, a cold that is not viral, and you have a fever for more than 3 days. Along with that, I would recommend starting the medication, the antibiotics for respiratory, because we don't want you to be in suffering. So inshallah, carry those 2 medications. Obviously, your doctor will know if you have any allergies and which ones are the most suited for you, for individually, for each of you, for your as per your health. The third most important prescription medication that you need to carry is Primulet. I will spell it out for you. It's PRIMOLUT, Primulet. It is a progesterone only medication, and you need to have it on hand at least enough for a month. Here's what I suggest to all sisters, that if you are not in menopause, which means that if you have so menopause is defined as if you haven't had your period in over a year, you are in menopause, then most likely you're safe. If you are still very close to it and it's not within a year, I would suggest still carrying it with you. All other sisters, whether they've just had their period, whether it is going to be expected, unexpected, I want you to carry it with you. How to use Primulet would be also to give them, how to use Primulet would also be to start taking anytime you have spotting or bleeding, whether this is your right time for cycle or not. I want you to take 1 pill of that 3 times a day. So I suggest, if you have periods that are not regular, your cycle is not regular, I would suggest taking 1 pill 3 times a day as soon as you reach there, so that it is then continue taking it till the Hajj is over, because then again, we don't want that doubt in your mind. It is the most reliable of all the other things, and we make sure that doesn't, even if you start having spotting or bleeding, it is the most reliable one that stops it. Does it have any long-term effect on your cycle? No, maybe the first 2 cycles it would mess them up a little, but I think it's worth it because you don't want to travel all the way there and then run into troubles. I suggest this because a lot of times our hormones are all over the place, especially due to stress, especially due to travels and traveling to a place where there is a time difference. Your hormones are bound to be upset. A lot of sisters start getting the spotting. That's the most common problem. One thing I need to stress is that you can also get Primilet there. So if you are not able to find it by prescription in your country, then you can get it there as well, but it's better to be prepared. The second things that the over-the-counter medications. So medications that need to be with you would be tablets. These are the electrolyte tablets that you can dissolve in water. I suggest they are called Noon tablets. They are the best ones that are available. You can get them at Sports Check, any sports shops, or on Amazon as well. They are called Noon, N-U-U-N, Noon tablets, or any brand electrolyte tablets that you can dissolve in water and drink it. So I would suggest carrying about 2 boxes of those with you so that you can also help people around. Trust me, it's when it's hot and people are sweating and people are collapsing around you right, left, and center, you would actually be a great help to people around you and yourself as well for hydration. It's not just water that we need the electrolytes in it. I would suggest filling up a bottle with Zamzam and putting in those tablets and keeping yourself hydrated with it every time you're going out, and carrying some extra with you so that you can help people around you if they are feeling dehydrated. The second thing that I ask everybody to carry is Tylenol for any kind of pain, injury, anything, Advil for any kind of pain and injury, Imodium, which is for diarrhea, so that, then again, if you are having fever and diarrhea, you need to be on antibiotics. Imodium just won't cut it. But if it's just a viral diarrhea or just that you ate something bad, Imodium would help. Gravol for nausea and vomiting, so that, then again, everything to make you comfortable. You can take Imodium and Gravol about, every 4 to 6 hours if needed. The other thing that's over the counter here is Buscopan. That's Buscopan. Now in Canada, it is over the counter. In your countries, I don't know. It may be a prescription medication. I would suggest having that 10 milligrams of that with you. That is for stomach pain and stomach cramping. So this is all that we need for medications. Vaseline to apply to your inner thighs, keeping a credit card with you, an ATM card for emergencies, and a small amount of cash. Please do not carry a lot of cash. Do not carry a lot of valuables with you, because then again, it is a chaotic environment. People lose money, people lose valuables. I would want to here.
فبعدين فانا قلت لها اذا فرغت على الاجي قالت لا انا هذا الشيء عشيت بس اقول لك انا نسيت انا كانت منيها بستلج مثلا.
Can we
Hello, can you unmute them from your side, please?
Yeah, I'm trying to see whose mic is that so that I can mute them, but okay. Yes, there is Nida Aran. I can't mute Nidal. Unsure. Everybody's muted now. Okay. So yeah, these are the prescription medications that we want to bring. And then, sorry, we were talking about small cash. The other things that you need to carry with you are unscented baby wipes and hand sanitizer, because sometimes, you know, it's hard to get to water. And if you have something that you need to wipe, you get that. Grocery bags, having Ziploc bags and toilet paper, and a small shoe bag to carry as a backpack, not necessarily to carry shoes, but you can also put, you know, your little musalla in it, your little janimas in it, and your prayer mat, you know, a little bit of cash, your phone in it, so you can carry a little bag, backpack, a shoe bag is usually the best. Travel as light as possible, sisters. Please do not bring valuables. Only bring important clothing that you would need to change. And above all, what you need to pack is patience and a positive attitude with things. You have to understand that no matter which group you go with, no matter who you travel with, you will have troubles coming through your way. It is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a test of patience. And you have to remember that anything that's coming your way is just a test, and you have to be patient. Getting upset at small things like, you know, delays in a bus, or delays in getting your room, delays in, you know, not having things the way you wanted, being upset about small things like food, that is not appropriate and not in conjunction with what Hajj asks us. So sisters, please, you have to be the anchor for your brothers as well, whoever is traveling with you, to have that patience and making sure that, you know, you're not getting in fight with the organizers, and you're trusting them that they are trying to do the best for you here, inshallah. So patience and is the best thing that you will carry with you, inshallah. Okay, then I am going to come to Ihram restrictions for women. So a few things that you cannot do when you are in Ihram. Let me just open this again here, because I think I'm missing a few slides here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry, the one thing that you guys will be performing is Hajj Tamattu, which is basically the most preferred method of Hajj. You will do your Umrah, and you will come out of Ihram, and then you will do your Hajj. And so there's a break in your Ihram from between Hajj and Umrah. This is how do you perform it? They will, you know, the guides are there to guide you. It is just that you go into Ihram, perform your Umrah, and you come out of your status of Ihram again, and then from 8 of Zulhijjah you start your Ihram again. And this is what you will all be doing. Inshallah, there will be guides there to guide you on how to do that. Then again, the Ihram restrictions for women, not making sure that you don't cut your nails or hair when you are in Ihram. So you will only cut your hair when you're coming out of Ihram, which we will discuss. Having marriage or engagement, which also means, you know, trying to choose a spouse for yourself when you're in Ihram, or obviously getting married it breaks your Ihram. Covering your face, having a niqab is you cannot cover your face. You will see people there, or you will see sisters with niqab, but it is not allowed to cover your face during Ihram. Wearing gloves for women, wearing perfume or bahur, that will break your Ihram. So one thing that you have to make sure is you pack unscented soap with you. Usually Dove in North America gets unscented soap, unscented hand sanitizer, and you know, unscented, if you wear sunscreen, it should be unscented. Inshallah, none of you should be wearing makeup because, you know, then again, the ihram is it's a state where you're not wearing any makeup, you're not wearing anything else, just being simple and pure in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, you know, if you need sunscreen, please make sure it is unscented as well. It is available widely in the market. Many companies make it. Carrying the soap, one for yourself, one for each family member who's coming with you in a small soap box is very important, because in a lot of places, in the washrooms, the soaps are all scented. So making sure that you do not use the soap in the washroom there. You carry your own soap and use your own soap, because you don't want to use scented soap. Hunting game, I don't expect any of you to do that. So hunting game and intercourse or anything that leads to it. So not touching your spouse in an affectionate manner, not you know, having any interactions with your spouse that may lead to it, that may incite desire, that's very important. Some sisters ask, can I hold my husband's hand for safety purposes? Yes, of course you can. So anything that you will do without desire, that is allowed. Nothing for the that would lead to intercourse. And then I'm just going to go through when you are at the miqat, that's the place you come into ihram. The commonest dua that you need to remember, and inshallah your guides will say it for you as well, and you can repeat after them or you can memorize it. It's labbaik Allahumma bi hajjati wa umrah. And there are a few other duas as well, but this is the most common one, to make the intention at miqat, and you enter that into the state of ihram. Obviously, I don't need to say that, but in a state of ihram, please refrain from fighting, from you know, making sure that you are not, you know, that also breaks. So fighting, arguing, if that's with your spouse, with your family, or with your group members or with your group leaders, please make sure that we are going all this way for Hajj. We do not spoil our Hajj with over small things. Then as soon as you, you know, the talbiyah, that's very important, and you can start saying it and continue reciting it. Do not wait for your guide to start it. Women should say it in a low voice, men should say it in a loud voice, and the talbiyah is labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika lak. You continue reciting that till as much as possible, inshallah, throughout the journey. Just a few things with tawaf. I'm going to go very quickly through those, because you know, each tawaf you have to do 7 times. So each tawaf starts at the black stone, and you kiss or you gesture towards the black stone. Do not, please, sister, this is very important, do not try to go in the middle of the crowd to touch the black stone or kiss the black stone physically, because it is almost impossible. We do not recommend that. Imagine that you reach the black stone and you are kind of going through crowds and crowds of men hitting you, pushing you, shoving you. Sometimes sisters' hijabs come off. This is not what Allah is wanting us to do. So it's not important. It's your niyyah that's important. You want to stay away from the crowds as much as possible. You want to stay away from men brushing against you as much as possible, to protect yourself as much as possible. Please just gesture and kiss towards the black stone. You say Allahu Akbar, and then you walk around the Kaaba 7 times. And the between the Rukn al-Yamani and the black stone. So Rukn al-Yamani is the green light that you will see on your right hand side, because the Kaaba is on your left hand side. The Rukn al-Yamani and the black stone you recite ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار, a dua that everybody knows. And then you kiss at the black stone, gesture towards it, say Allahu Akbar, and you walk around the Kaaba 7 times, just like that, each time doing the same thing. And once you have finished the 7 rounds, please, you pray behind Maqam Ibrahim. You don't have to be immediately behind Maqam Ibrahim. You will walk away from it as much as possible till you see that they have kind of made a little separation where people would be praying. You got to pray there. You don't pray exactly right behind it. It could be a distance away from it, as long as it is in that area that they have set for Maqam Ibrahim. Then again, please make sure you're not fighting for those things, because in the end, imagine if you start praying and you are disrupting so many people. What is the purpose of that? When you pray, the ayah to recite behind Maqam Ibrahim is وَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلًّى, and you basically pray the 2 rakats. In the first rakah, you read Surah Al-Kafirun. In the second rakah, you read Surah Al-Ikhlas, and you make dua, and then you go and drink Zamzam, which is right behind where you're praying. There you will see the Zamzam over there, and then you go for your sa'i. One thing to remind brothers who are with you, your husbands, your brothers, your fathers who are with you, is that during tawaf, they will uncover their right shoulder for tawaf only. And it's a good thing that you know this and you can remind them, because sometimes, men forget, and then they will run the first 3 rounds and walk the last 4. But for women, they will just continue walking. In tawaf, you will find very amazing things happening that will really test your patience. For example, you will find somebody even pinching you. You will find somebody trying to push their knuckles in you. This is all a part of test. Do not lose your patience. If somebody is bothering you behind, just give them way, let them go forward, and they will all end up doing it in the same speed, the same time, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you hasanats for as much patience as you have done. A few sisters carry umbrellas. Please, sisters, it is a huge health hazard. People have gotten poked in their eyes with umbrellas. People have gotten hit, scratched. So do not take anything with you that is going to harm others. Making sure that you are, doing it as much as comfortably for others as possible, and Allah will make it easy for you if you are making it easy for others. Make sure you're not pushing, you're not hitting. It doesn't matter how slow the person is. You can, move outwards if you don't like the crowd, and do it from a little bit outwards in the crowd rather than in the middle of the crowd. So the details of sa'i is that men, when you are doing sa'i, men run fast between the 2 green lights, and this is something that everybody will remember. But women do not run. Please, sisters, you do not run. You walk. You let the men run, and you walk. And on reaching Mount Marwa, that is 1 lap completed. You do not, so that means that you have to kind of go from Safa to Marwa is 1 lap, and then back to Safa and then back to Marwa is the 2nd lap. Once you are at Mount Marwa, you say the ayah from Surah Al-Baqarah. And you will have, if you're doing it with your guides, they will recite it for you. Otherwise, the ayah from Surah Al-Baqarah is Inna as-safa wal marwata min sha'airillah faman hajja al-bayta aw i'tamara fala junaha alayhi an yatawaffa bihima wa man tatawwa'a khayran fa inna Allaha shakirun alim. This is the dua for sa'i. This is the ayah that you recite. you proceed to Safa, and then you complete 7 laps in the same way. You continue saying your personal du'as in between the first and the second readings. Once you've done your sa'i, you will exit your ihram, which means that women will cut off just a finger length hair. So basically a 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch from the back of their hair. Please, sisters, make sure that you go in a corner, or there is an alley where you're exiting, where another sister can just slightly lift up your hijab and cut your hair for you. Do not try to take off your hijab there, and do not try to do that. Do not lift up your hijab completely. Then again, we have to make sure we are doing everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to do in the proper way. And then you have come out, once you have cut your hair, you've come out of the state of ihram, and everything that was restricted in the state of ihram has become halal for you. So you can use your scented soap, you can do everything till the 8th of Zulhijjah, when you will enter ihram again. Okay, then again, at 8th of Zulhijjah, you will repeat all the sunnahs. You will say Allahumma labbaik Allahumma bi Hajj, because you are making your intention for Hajj this time, not the Umrah. You've already done your Umrah, and then you reach Mina that day. Ideally, sometimes it is not possible. Sometimes it will be late, but then again, that is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe your bus is late, maybe your bus is missing, maybe your bus has a tire puncture. Then again, this is all patience. Just continue reciting. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it easy for you. When you reach Mina, you will pray all your prayers shortened, but not combined. And then you try to have a good night's sleep, because there is a big day coming up next day. And at that time, you want to think about all the du'as. I usually ask sisters, keep a diary, write down your du'as, because on the day of Arafah, you do not want to miss the opportunity to, miss this. Please remember, your ummah in the du'as. Please remember your children, our future generations to come in the dua, and do not forget anybody who has, this for you, made it easy for you, and obviously for your Hajj to be accepted, and list all the du'as that you want to do, all the people that have asked you to make dua. Bathrooms are always a challenge, so please try to avoid eating food that will make you go. If you if you just drink Zamzam and just please make sure that eat light food and stuff, because bathrooms would always be a challenge, and then we end up complaining about the bathrooms and everything. It is difficult. Everybody is trying to help you out. It is difficult to manage, so please try to avoid things yourself. Please make sure that you carry Imodium, not a laxative instead. Do not accidentally take a laxative that has happened before. So that's why we are making sure that it is you need something to hold your stomach, not to make you go. When you are in Mina, please remember your tent number. Memorize your tent number, because then it will be important in these days. So in case you get lost, you can ask anybody where your tent number is. 9th day of Zulhijjah, then you depart from Mina for Arafah, and then hopefully before Zohar you come there, you pray Zohar and Asr combined and shortened. So in Mina you are just shortening your prayers, but here you are combining and shortening your prayers. And this is a very important day. You do not waste a single moment talking, eating, mingling. No, you say you start your du'as right away. And the best thing that Prophet ﷺ has said is on the eve of Arafah is La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulk wa lahul hamd wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. This is the best thing that the Prophet ﷺ has said is to recite on that day. Make your du'as. Do not try to climb the Mount Arafah. You will just be wasting your time and energy, and it is going to be hot on that day. So try to remain in your tent. You are on the plains of Arafah. You are already on the plain of Arafah. You have already reached Arafah. You don't necessarily need to climb on the mountain to pray. Make it easy for yourself, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it for you. Do not set in difficulties for yourself. After the sun sets, you will leave for Muzdalifah. If you can walk, please walk there. If you are taking the bus there, or if there is limited capacity in the bus, that's fine. Leave it for the elderly, leave it for the sick, and we go from there. Make takbir, make tahleel, make zikr, and then when you reach Muzdalifah, you pray both Maghrib and Isha, joined and combined. And the priority at Muzdalifah is to rest. And then once you reach there for the next day, you all will also collect stones, which will at least be collect at least 80 stones, small pea-sized, small hummus-sized pebbles. And you can also do that in Mina, but you can do that in Muzdalifah as well. In Muzdalifah, you rest. Then again, washrooms will be a big trouble. Remember, the soap over there is scented. In the Muzdalifah washrooms, you have to carry your own soap to wash your hands, and go from there. 10th day of Zulhijjah, you will pray the Fajr, and if it is permissible for women and the elderly to leave early before Fajr, like after midnight, but please follow your group. If your group decides to do that, go with them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given that. Trust your group, trust your leaders. They are not going to do anything or tell you to do anything that is not allowed or that will make your Hajj. So I have seen lots of sisters saying, no, this is not allowed and this is, but alhamdulillah, if you are going with the group, follow your group, and inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept from you. Depart to Mina, and then you will go to stone the Jamaratul Aqaba with 7 stones. With each stone throwing, you will say Allahu Akbar. Then again, make sure you're throwing at the Jamaratul Aqaba, not hitting people around. So make sure you're very, people start doing things like throwing their sticks, their shoes. Please avoid doing that, because then there is, you do not want to hit other people. Stoning can be done anytime after sunrise, preferably before noon, and anybody can stone for you if you are not able to do it. That is a well-known fact. And then you leave. You can come out of your ihram after you've done your tawaf, your stoning, your slaughter, and shaving and or cutting your hair. Okay. After you do your ihram, you shower. Please, then again, do not wear perfume. Do not wear makeup. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us not to do that, even out of tawaf. Even out of ihram. Then you will head to Makkah the same day, and you will do the tawaf al-ifada, which is the rukun of Hajj, and you have to do the tawaf al-ifada. But in this time, the men will not uncover their shoulders, and they will not run in the first 3 rounds. And then if you are doing Hajj Tamattu, which you guys will do, inshallah, you will also do sa'i, and then you will, this sequence of event can happen anytime on the 10th day of Zulhijjah, and inshallah, you will come out of your ihram. From 11th to 13th day of Zulhijjah, you will be in Mina. You will every day you will go to stone the 3 jamarats with 7 stones, and this time the time of stoning is after Zohar, and there is difference of opinion when it ends, but then again, follow what your group is doing. And it is not sunnah to go back to Makkah during this time, and most people get bored in Mina. What do we do in Mina? So what do? we do zikr, we do du'as, we continue doing what we are supposed to do. The sick can stay behind, and the others can throw on their behalf. Again, the getting into ihram, again, just a little bit thing that should a woman shower upon entering miqat? Yes, a woman should shower, because it is an equal part of the sunnah for a woman to shower before entering ihram on miqat. So they will tell you, your group will tell you when are you going to set up for ihram. You shower, make again unscented soap, and get into the ihram. If at that time also, if you are experiencing haid or nifas, then definitely take your shower and clean yourselves. Combing hair, so you cannot aggressively comb your hair to have your hair fall out, but you can comb it gently, you can tie it gently. Do not worry if your hair is falling just upon touching or tying. So do not make it harder for you. Everybody's hair falls. It is okay. Some women do things like they're going to tie their hair very tightly in a tight, and they will not take out their hijab for wudu. Please do not make it difficult for you. The Prophet ﷺ there is a Sahih hadith saying, do not do this to make it difficult for you. So do not place hardship on yourself. Dead hair will come out by themselves. That is fine. Then what color clothes should a woman wear? So any color clothes. I would suggest do not wear black, because it is going to absorb heat. Anything that is not tight-fitting, that's not showing your figure, that's not showing your limbs, and it is not transparent to see what is underneath, which is not too short, so it has to cover your full arms and full legs. It is cotton. Any color is fine. You can wear socks. You can, wear whatever is comfortable for you. The only thing is being dressed within what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told you. Now, I've seen few sisters just kind of not having a loose hijab around themselves that keeps falling off. That is not allowed. Please make sure you have a hat underneath, and to protect your hijab from coming off in the crowds. Make sure that the pin of your hijab is secured so it doesn't fall on the ground and hurt somebody. I have seen lots of pins on the ground, so please make sure that you don't do that. Your hijab should be secured with something that is secure and will not fall off. You can wear jewelry in the state of ihram, but then again, the lighter you're traveling, the better it is. Do not cover your face again or wear gloves, because this is there is no difference of opinion on this issue. There is a clear statement from Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that you should not cover your face or should wear gloves. Then again, I say touching one's spouse intimately, you cannot do that. You can definitely do that non-intimately. So no kissing, no hugging, and nothing that would incite desires. It shouldn't come in the state of ihram. If you kiss or touch your spouse, then you have to pay fidya, which is a slaughtering of the sheep. That's what the Hanafi and the Shafi madhab says. And alternatively, you can feed the poor. But I mean, it's the same thing that you cannot hug, kiss, anything that you wouldn't do in your saum. What is the ruling for women performing Hajj without a mahram? So the Shafi'i state that the Hajj is not obligatory upon a woman until she finds a male mahram relative or a husband or a group of trusted women. If she finds any of the previous three, it is obligatory upon her to perform Hajj. But if she cannot, then she is not obliged. So the condition that the Shafi'i says is that she must be able to perform the journey securely. If she is if she cannot find a husband or a mahram, and she can go with a trusted group of women. And the popular opinion of the madhab is that it is permissible for a woman to perform Hajj if she finds only one trusted woman to take the journey with, and it is permissible for her to travel alone, and she should be safe, and she's not fearing anything on the road. So the opinion of the Maliki madhab is that it is similar to that of the Shafi, that it will allow a woman who does not find a mahram or a husband to travel with a secure group. And they add that this secure group may be a group of men, it could be a group of women, or a group made of men and women. And then in the madhab of Imam Ahmad, the Hajj is then again not obligatory upon a woman who does not find mahram or husband to travel with. And then he says, you know, a wealthy woman who does not find a mahram to travel with, he had said, no, you do not, she does not have Hajj wajib upon her. And the Hanafi madhab also says same about that as the Hanbali, and that it is not compulsory. So, you know, whatever madhab you're following, you can go according to their things. But then again, these days, traveling with a secure group of women, most shuyukh say it is okay. And the performing tawaf at night, we would suggest for women to do that at night because there is lesser crowd and it is actually better. So if you don't want to wait for the night because of, you know, of sickness, illness, or your monthly cycle is coming close, please, you can do it during the day as well, or you're doing it with the group. But the tawaf at night is better because then there's not a crowd. And then again, we are trying to prevent the crowd. Then again, please do not try to touch the black stone, and try to stay away from men as much as possible. When you are leaving Muzdalifah, just as, you know, spending the night in Muzdalifah on the eve of 10th of Zulhijjah is just as much for women as it is for men. And when you leave the plain of Arafat, you can do exactly like, you will be doing exactly like the brothers. You will do in Muzdalifah, you will join your Maghrib, you will join your Isha. Everything is Maghrib and Isha together and shortened and joined. And if you are fearing a crowd in Muzdalifah, you can leave after midnight before Fajr. But then again, I would say stay with your group, do what your group is doing. One very important thing that I want to say is if you are having your periods before you perform Tawaful Fada. So then again, if you start having your period, I would suggest taking that progesterone pill. If say, for example, even with the pills and it does not stop, then what do you do? Because Tawaf al-Afada is the tawaf that you need to be free from a period in that tawaf, and your tawaf will not be valid. But based on an authentic hadith, it says that Hazrat al-Mu'minin Aisha radiallahu anhu said that I arrived in Mecca, and at that time I was in my monthly period. I had not performed the tawaf, nor I had performed the sa'i between Safa and Marwa. I mentioned this to the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said to me, do as the Haji does, other than performing the tawaf until you are clean. Okay, so this is what the authentic hadith says, that if you are in your period, you cannot perform tawaf al-Afada. But what should you do? You should wait in Mecca till your period is done and then wash up, clean up, and then perform your tawaf. But you can only do that if your group or your mahram is staying behind with you. So these days, when you are traveling from around the world and coming halfway around the world, they have, I don't know, there is an opinion that you can do three things, because you can't come back. You can do two things. You can either just cut your hair and your Hajj will not be done. Or you perform tawaf even with your period by, cleaning yourself, going to the washroom, changing into clean, or you perform without performing tawaf al-ifada, but still be in ihram, and then you return to Mecca if possible to make up tawaf, which is the most difficult situation, because I don't think anybody traveling from North America or UK would be able to come back. So most scholars say, even if you have your period, please perform do your tawaf, because that is the dire need, or you can choose to not do Hajj and just go home without Hajj. If a woman receives her periods before her performance of tawaf al-ifada, then most scholars have debated over the solution that you should perform your tawaf even with because of the dire necessity. And this Sheikh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah gave the following fatwa: a woman in her period should do the Hajj rites that she is capable of. What she has no control over is forgiven. Thus, she may perform tawaf even though she is in her period. She should shower as she showers for ihram, and should wrap herself tightly, and she would, as she would during the istihada blood. In fact, the situation is more deserving. And then I personally, would go with the opinion, provided that the sister considers it to be the last resort. If a woman has received her periods before she has completed her tawaf al-wida, then and she has already done her tawaf al-ifada, then you can leave Mecca without performing the tawaf al-wida, and there is no penalty for it. Your Hajj, inshallah, is completed. And this is the general opinion of the scholars. The people were commanded that the last thing they do in Mecca is tawaf, except for the menstruating woman, when the command was lightened. However, in this hadith in which Aisha radiallahu anhu told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam about Safiya's menses, he said, if she performed tawaf al-ifada when Aisha said that she had, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that they would not be held back, meaning she was allowed to leave without performing tawaf al-wada. So there is no penalty upon a woman who does this, as per this hadith here. And that is all I have to. I'm going to take questions just for 15 minutes because I'm already up of my time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all your intentions and prayers, and inshallah ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you. I think the sister will open. Can you, Sister Marwa, please read off the questions to me that are the most important.
Sisters, wish you all Hajj Mabrur and Zamba Maghfur, inshallah. We're going to start with the questions. For the first question from Sister Suad. She's asking, I had a surgery and removed all the female organs with tumors. Since the surgery, I am losing a lot of hair. I'm taking medication to help, but shall I do during Ihram? I cut my hair and still falling. I'm okay, or pay fidya?
Alhamdulillah, inshallah, you will be okay, sister. It is something that you can't control. Like I said, a lot of hair falling. As long as you're not pulling them or combing them very vigorously, it will be completely okay. Inshallah, Allah will accept from you.
Okay. The second one, can let me know the ruling on those that suffer from sensitive bladder and cannot keep wudu?
I think we should save this for the Sheikh, but if you cannot keep your wudu in general, what I know of is that you before, say for example, you're doing your tawaf, you make wudu. You put a panty liner or absorbent thing so that the urine does not touch your clothes, and you continue doing your tawaf. You can stop in the middle of tawaf to do your wudu again, so as much as possible, and then change the panty liner or the pad.
Okay, next question. I was planning to take tablets that delay period. It will happen during Ihram. Does this mean it's invalid my Ihram because I'm taking tablets to delay period?
No, like I said, we must take. I would suggest all sisters just take it. It will not invalidate your ihram. All sisters must take it, even if your period is not expected, because it is just, it comes with stress and everything. There is no ruling, no fatwa saying that it will invalidate your ihram.
Okay, some questions that you answered before. I'm using Brigstone pill prescribed and I get daily breakthrough. What should I do? Doctor prescription is on pill every day on the same time. So I'm not sure about this question.
Sorry, which pill is she taking?
Brigstone. Brigstone.
Okay. So you're getting bleeding every day for it?
She mentioned that I get daily breakthrough. What should I do? Doctor prescription is one pill each day, every day on the same time.
Okay, no, so you need to, I know that is the regular birth control pill that she's taking. I think what she needs to do is to switch to the 3 times a day progesterone only pill, because if she is taking one pill every day and same time, and if it is controlling her period, that is also one of the things that she can continue doing. And she does not take her sugar pills at the end, so that she does not get her period till she completes her Hajj. If the sister still wants to carry the Primulet with her, that would be good, because in case she starts getting bleeding even with the pill, I would suggest just do that.
Mm-hmm. Another question still about the period, and my period is due on the 5th and I am flying on the 8th. I have 2 options: take Primulet from the 2nd of June for 25 days, or the second option, lose 3 or 4 days due to period but no side effects.
I would suggest I don't know if you will have the time to lose the 3 or 4 days, because you will be traveling with your group, and you want to make it easy for everyone. Like I said, there are no major side effects from the pill, because you are just going to take it for just for a short period of time. The side effects are if you are taking it for a very long time. So inshallah, there will be no side effects. I would suggest just taking the pill before.
Okay. Can you suggest what items for clothing we take with us to Mina and Arafat?
Just one pair of change under whatever you're wearing under, and just in case you go to the washroom and it gets splashed or something, and one abaya on top. I would suggest just carrying it lightly, packing it in a bag, not too much, just one change of clothing, and your soap, of course.
Another question, do we pray 2 sunnah or 2 nafila behind Maqam Ibrahim?
It's a nafil prayers.
Okay. First rukn with Surat, she's answering him, it's not a question. If you only have Zamzam water to hand and need to do wudu, can you use it for wudu, or is it sinful?
You can use it for wudu. If you are hot, you can even pour it over your head. And I say dip a cloth in water and put it on your neck, inshallah.
Do women have to cut all the hair at 1 inch length, or is just a section sufficient?
A section should be sufficient, not all the hair. But if you have, a thin hair, I would suggest, just cutting all of them, because if you're cutting a section, then it becomes uneven too, right? So you would just want to cut all of them. That's preferred. But if you just want to cut a section, that is enough as well.
Okay. What if we get our period after having miqat, so we cannot do tawaf? Wait the period by still in the obligation of ihram.
Yeah, so we discussed about that. After, like I said, if you start getting your period, you start the pill right away. And like I said, you have to do the tawaf al-ifada. And you cannot, your Hajj is not completed without that tawaf.
Could we cut our hair by ourselves or must it be done by other sister?
You can cut it by yourself, but make sure you're not doing it in a public place where you have to show your hair. You can do it yourself or another sister or your husband. It doesn't matter.
How should we pray on aeroplane standing and then repeat again once we land?
Yes, I mean your group should be guiding you with that, inshallah. You have to pray standing. Your fard salah is not done sitting down. So usually, you know, they will have there is a prayer space. If there is no prayer space in the plane at the back where they're serving food and where the kitchen is, you can go to one of the corner seats and request the person sitting there and just maybe pray standing in one of those corner seats.
Is it permissible to gently comb or brush through hair in Ihram?
Yes, it is permissible.
One is asking, can you show the medicine list which we take with us? She needs a list for the medications.
So inshallah, what I'll do is I will text it on a text message to Sheikh Sharif, and inshallah, I will then he will have it available to the group.
Okay. Can we wear face mask during Ihram to avoid infections?
No, you cannot cover your face.
Can a woman shower from home before she leaves instead of at the miqat?
Yes, it's sunnah to shower at miqat, or you want to, you before miqat, yes. You can shower, you can do whatever before miqat, but at miqat as well, it is sunnah to shower to get into the state of ihram.
Is there a white kind of material you tie on your hand as a ihram?
No kind of material. I mean, if you, for your hands should be uncovered.
Can I wear unscented panty liner during Ihram, as I always get discharged, but of course will change fresh panty liner when next pray?
Yes, that is fine.
Another question about mask we cannot wear, inshallah. Inshallah, after the Umrah, how to make niyat for Hajj? Should we go to Isha Masjid to make niyat for Hajj? Will the group take us, or should we go on our own?
I think that should be answered by the group. Inshallah, the group will let you know for that.
Okay. I have been struggling to find this, but I have found quite a few options with abayas made from Nida fabric. Is it breathable polyester that a lot of people have recommended? Apparently, it is used a lot in Arab countries. She's asking that you wear such kind of abaya, or it will be she said that it's a good fabric for her. Is it breathable?
Breathable cotton is better. I would not get synthetic or polyester because it is not. It is very hot for that.
Okay, most better to repeat it. You spoke about the prohibition of kissing, hugging husband during Ihram, even without any desire. My husband usually kiss my forehead. Is it forbidden, like good night in your tent, kiss or hug?
Yes, I would suggest staying away from that. Yeah.
Can you use any shower gel after cutting your hair?
If once you cut your hair, you're out of Ihram. You can do whatever.
What if we are not on our period but have spotting? We take medication, but it can still cause spotting. Can we still do tawaf?
Yes. So that spotting is considered, and not a period. If you're taking medication and you're still spotting, it's okay. Just make fresh wudu every time. Put a panty liner, make fresh wudu, and go ahead with it. Inshallah, that is not your period.
Okay. Tawaf el-Ifada, we do 2 rak'at near Maqam Ibrahim before Sa'i.
Yes.
Okay, can do just tawaf wudu? Can do
Sorry?
just tawaf wudu? I think that she means that we do wudu before tawaf. Or once tawaf. Sorry. She means like to do tawaf only once. يعني she do tawaf without wudu.
I don't know. Maybe ask the sheikh for that. I think you have to be in a state of wudu, but I think you ask the sheikh that, please.
Asking about the slides. Again, another question. Can we wear sunglasses and sun hat?
Sorry?
Can we wear sunglasses and sun hats?
Yes, we can do that. Yeah.
What is the ruling on not being able to control your bladder?
We answered that already.
Okay. Can you go to Mina and Arafat if on period?
Yes, and everything can be done. Only the tawaf is not allowed on the period, and the going on the day of Arafah, that is a Hajj. But everything can be done on the period with the rest of the things. But then again, to make it because you are not able to pray, I would suggest, then again, taking the pill. Don't let your period spoil it. It's a once in a lifetime chance. Do not spoil the chance.
For Ihram, sun cream says zero alcohol, but it only refers to ethyl alcohol and has cystearly alcohol in the ingredients.
No, I don't think that is the problem, as long as it is non-scented. Obviously, anything that you are not using, anything that you are using on your skin, we expect that even in normal days, that to be halal. I would suggest using that only.
Is it allowed to wear pre-washed undergarments in Mina that still has detergent smell?
Yes, that should be okay. Yeah.
Can a pregnant woman leave early in Muzdalifah before Fajr with spouse?
Yes, so they will, look at how much your group has, and you can, then again talk to your group about it. Make sure you inform your group that this is what you intend to do, and make sure that they are making arrangements for that. But inshallah, yeah, like I said, for the weak, for the sick, for any other cause, you can leave Muzdalifah early as long as it's after midnight before Fajr.
What is the last day to do tawaf for Hajj if I got period? Is it up to 13th Dhul Hajj?
Please ask the sheikh for that.
Okay. Is it only at the state of Ihram that women are prohibited to wear perfume, makeup, smoke, swear, shave, cutting nails? So before Ihram, is it fine to Saudi Arabia? Is it okay to wax and elevate before going into state Ihram?
Yes, before going into the state of Ihram, please wax. Please take out your unwanted hair, that you should be doing that, definitely. Yeah.
Is it okay for women to wear any shoes or sandals for Umrah and Hajj?
So I would say wear socks. Please do not wear shoes inside Haram, because then again, A, it is disrespectful. B, it is you will be stepping on people who are not wearing anything. I would say but in a state of ihram, it is allowed for you, for both men and women to wear shoes. It's just that inside the masjid, please, it's preferred to take it off.
Okay. Can you hold your husband's hand during Hajj days?
Yes, you can hold it. So any non-intimate touch is okay. I think I will just take, if you could, go through questions that I haven't answered already, any important question, and I'll just take maybe two more important questions.
The same, most of the questions about the periods and the tablets that they should take. So we'll try to skip these questions. Can we change ihram in Mina or Arafat if we need to?
Yes, we can change ihram for sure, anytime. If your ihram gets dirty, you change. That's fine, completely fine.
Okay. How we will go for Tawaf el-Ifada sisters only who are traveling?
Sorry, and yeah, so Tawaf al-Ifada is, like I said, you need to be off your periods. We did discuss that in the slide, right?
About the period. Okay. It's about the medication list again. What kinds of shoes? Shower. Again about the cutting hair. Who can cut our hair? Can another sister cut it for us? I've answered these questions before. If skin peels off during ihram, is it still okay?
Yeah, accidentally anything happens, that's okay.
Again about the question about how to pray in the plane.
Yeah, standing up. You go to the back of the plane, or there are those extra seats that are only for the air hostess. You can use those seats, but you have to be standing up. Or if there is no space, then you can stand up in your own spot, in your own seat, and pray.
Okay. We will have a book of dua.
Ask your group, please.
I think this is also for the group. Can we go to Adziyah hotels after Jamarat and complete the tawaf and sa'i at night, then sleep in Mina?
Please, that is for the group. Yeah.
Okay. After 2 hours, usually I have to go for wudu. Is splitting in Jamarat? Do we must have wudu?
No.
Okay.
And it won't take you 2 hours to do anything. You can do wudu, a state of wudu, and it won't take you 2 hours.
How much money should we carry? The ATM will give Saudi Riyal, or do we go to exchange?
You can go to exchange, please, but don't carry too much money. I would say, I can say in dollars, maybe no more than $500.
I have short stopover at airports when changing plane. Can we need intention from home?
No, it has to be done at miqat.
For ihram, some again about the sun and cream. Okay. I'm also confused by this. I will say this about the right. What if we do not feel comfortable taking the pill and do not find it natural? If this is out of our control, is the penalty still a large cow and not 1/7 of a large animal, or a small animal, sheep, as done for a small mistake? Why is the penalty so large for something that is not a mistake?
So if I don't understand the question.
Again, what if we do not feel comfortable taking the bill and do not find it natural? If this is out of our control, is the penalty still a large cow and not 1/7 of a large animal, or a small animal, sheep, as done for small mistakes? Why is the penalty so large for something that is not a mistake?
Oh. No, this is the thing for the sheikh. I mean, if it is not under our control, but I mean, if you, like I said, if you have your period, you cannot perform tawaf al-ifada. So either your Hajj is not complete, or you stay back to do the tawaf al-ifada along with your mahram, or you come back for it, right? So I mean, it is a compulsory thing to do tawaf al-ifada. So I don't know what.
Are eye masks for sleeping allowed?
I think that should be okay. Yeah.
I have visited also for the guide. How are we going to travel from Tawaf al-Ifada? In a coach?
I don't know.
How many days before we should start eating pills?
You can get right as soon as you get there.
Okay. If you take more these tablets called neurothyroxine, actually tablets don't, then you should, if you take more of these tablets, then you should contact your doctor. Oh no, this is answering the questions about this one. Okay. Okay.
I think we should.
I think that we cover.
You know,
we cover most of the questions because I have the same repeated questions.
Yes, and then again, you know, I'm happy to, if it is you know, transferred to through somebody else, and you know, I can answer it at a later stage. That would be okay as well. Or obviously all the logistic questions should go to the group, but inshallah there would be, inshallah, lots and lots of help over there as well. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from you, inshallah ta'ala. Please remember us all in your du'as.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.